Part of its efforts to promote youth success and financial stability, United Way Suncoast partners with organizations that promote free application for federal student aid. Here to tell us more, Tiernan, Director of LEAP Tampa Bay College Access Network, and Thomas Williams, Director of the PlanIt Sarasota College Access. Gentlemen, welcome to Suncoast Snapshot.
Thank you, Ernest.
All right, well, let's start with the simple question. Why is the free application for federal student aid, or as we like to say, FAFSA, so important to college students? Chuck?
Well, Ernest, we like to think that the opportunity to have support when you may need it to get through school financially, we like to think that it actually just on its most basic level keeps hope alive for the students that they can afford college and that they can seek a credential after high school. We know that more than 90%, about 92% of the time when a student fills out a FAFSA form, they enroll the following fall. And we know that that's compared to maybe half a fill out. So it really is something that students look at as this is can be a door opener for us. On the other end of things, when a student leaves school, gets that credential, and walks out, if they have filled out the FAFSA form and received some federal support, they, on a really practical level, leave with less student debt, which gives them a head start toward the kind of personal prosperity and frankly, more, again, hopefully disposable income to inject into their local communities' economies. We think it's got positive effects on both ends of the college pipeline.
So it sounds like FAFSA is fueling hope for college students, and it's also creating greater financial stability. Thomas, I wanted to ask you, what are the biggest challenges people encounter when they fill out the FAFSA form?
People go into filling out the FAFSA form with a lot of trepidation, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So our financial aid director for our local college gave me just 3 steps that just will help. Is very helpful. 1, remember completing their FSA ID. It becomes a bit time consuming and they think the FAFSA is just complicated until they see it'll actually auto populate the application if you have your FSA ID prepared. 2, have your tax documents. Very helpful if they have their forms with them. It allows greater access for using the IRS's DRT, which eliminates a lot of data entry because it'll just auto-populate. The third one, a lot of people have trouble understanding the question. So it's really take a little breath, ask that second and third question to the advisors that are around supporting you. Some of the questions can be ambiguous. So just utilize the help function and get the answer you need.
So both of you work to help people gain access to college and fill out the FAFSA. Thomas, talk about the success you've had in getting people to fill out FAFSA this year.
It's been a challenging year, but it's been a very, very good year for us. Really, we kept to the fundamentals, and that is you have to promote, you have to have incentives for people to come out there, gift cards, food, bringing them in there. But this year, I was excited that we innovated a little bit. We tried something different. We had student influencers. So high school seniors who are taking it, and we gave them, hey, here's some themes, because we wanted to demystify FAFSA. We wanted to do some myth busting with FAFSA. And then as Chuck was saying earlier, we wanted to encourage them on the benefits of FAFSA. But your words, your way, and in your style. So they use TikTok, they use Instagram, and they put out messages about FAFSA, and that was very helpful. We had principals commit this year, and that was a big deal. And I'll just give you one example. The principal at Suncoast Polytechnical here, he hosted 5 open house events. That was a lot, but he hosted 5 open house events. He took his staff, the guidance counselors, the career and college advisors, they made it a priority. They went from a 33% completion rate to 55% completion rate. So that's exponential improvement. That was really exciting. Northport High School, same way. They made a big commitment to it, and they went from 34 to 41%. And lastly, I'd say communicate. We share a monthly briefing with the principals, guidance counselors, career and college advisors, and district administration. And we just say, hey, things are looking tough. We really need to double down, or we're excited about the improvement, but we give the facts out. And I think that was very helpful.
All right. Well, Chuck, how have the efforts gone in Pinellas and Hillsborough?
Well, it's encouraging, Ernest, because as Thomas said, that it is very challenging. I mean, we know from our national partners that in the state of Florida, somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 million plus potential Pell Grant dollars go unclaimed by students that we expect would be eligible if they filled out forms. So there's no question we all want to raise that rate. In our community, one of the things we're trying to do that is proving to be successful is really a lot about meeting the students where they are, meaning we are building out these college and career centers in our local high schools, trying to add with one district is adding a few a year. The other district is working hard to build those out as well. What we see when we have those centers there, it gives a place for community volunteers to get engaged with students one-to-one, give them the specific advice, answer questions about FAFSA after getting some basic training from our school partners. And what we see is that all of those schools that have centers are not only at the district wide average for FAFSA completion rate, but in fact, 90% of those schools with a center significantly surpass the district average for FAFSA completion. And when I say significant, I mean 90% of those schools had somewhere between a 17 percentage point average above what the district as a whole average to do that. So all of those schools are up pushing the 40s and up into the 50% range, which is exactly where we certainly want it to be higher than that too. But that's certainly a significant increase. So we really think
so. Instead of asking them to climb the mountain, you're bringing the mountain to them.
Bringing them out into them and, community volunteers, community groups, it gives them a structure to volunteer as well. So which gives us an opportunity to use those volunteers to have more one-to-one time with students and give them comfort that they are, finding the answers that they need.
Terrific. All right, real quick, I understand organizations like yours have lobbied for simplification of the FAFSA process. Have you had any progress on that effort, Chuck?
Yes, actually, we all contribute to a national effort to lobby Congress to do some things. And about a year ago, they did pass the Fafsa Simplification Act. Some pieces of that act will take effect in October 22. Most of them will kick in for October 1st, 2023, when that new FAFSA season starts. But to give you an idea of the kinds of changes that they will be implementing, is the FAFSA right now is just a little over 100 questions, somewhere between 105 and 110. That will be reduced by almost 2/3 to about 36 questions. Thomas touched on the challenges of connecting, a family's tax returns and financial information to the FAFSA. That is also going to be simplified. Right now, we have. Right now you have a student filling out part of it, parents filling out part of it. They both have individual passwords, et cetera, et cetera. Those are pieces that they're going to make an easier connection. When a student is a dependent, that there'll be more automation to all of that information just moving over without so much effort by the family. So we think all of those things are positive and we'll continue to lobby for more.
Yeah, that's the issue I ran into with those separate passwords, having a daughter in college.
Right.
All right.
I mean, even people with degrees, even adults who have a ton of financial literacy and have gone through the process themselves and have a degree, we all find it to be difficult to fill out. So clearly it's got to come down to a more basic.
Yeah. Thanks for not calling me adult, Chuck. Thomas, Chuck, thanks so much for the information and all that you do to help students get ready for college. To learn more about the LEAP Tampa Bay Network, you can visit leaptampabay.org. To learn more about PlanIt Sarasota, you can visit planitsarasota.org. And as always, remember, united we rise.
United we win.
Yes. That's how we